Hi guys, Bob Broderick with You Build It. Thank you so much for coming in today. Your local consultant's main job today is to meet with you and discuss your home, your project. Get a feel for what you want to do, what you want to achieve, and mostly answer your questions. What is the cost to build? Can I get the features I want? Can I get the design you want? Make sure you take advantage of your time with them and that they get to answer all those questions for you. The purpose of this, hopefully short video, is to walk you through a quick detailed explanation of You Build It, who we are, what we do, how we work, and how we're able to achieve the incredible things that we do. I want to make sure that you feel we're a proper fit for you as well, because it's not for everyone. So we want to go over that and do our very best. So first slide, You Build It is a national construction consulting franchise. We've been around since 1988. We've done almost 14,000 homes nationwide. But I've come to learn one great truth. It doesn't matter how long we've been around. It doesn't matter how many we've done in the past. What matters is what we're going to do on the next one. What about you? What about your home? Take advantage of your local consultant and make sure they answer that question for you, because the only one that truly matters is yours. Who uses You Build It? Everyone can. People often say, do I have to have been a builder? Guys, I kid you not. I have personally been blessed to have helped almost 1,400 people build or remodel their own custom home. I have had doctors and I have had nurses. I've literally had people that worked at a fast food franchise as the fry cook. I had, and this is one of my favorites, I love this guy, absolute true paraplegic, could barely talk. We built him a ramp so he could go up and oversee the job, and he ran his own project and built a gorgeous little 1,200 square foot house. There is no one that cannot handle this process. So retired, working, stay at home, everyone is able. It's a matter of, do you feel comfortable? You Build It program is broken into two stages. We have stage 1, which is the planning phase. We have stage 2, which is the construction phase. You're going to hear us refer constantly to one great truth. And before we get into the meat of this presentation, I want to be very clear. Planning is everything. The most important stage we do is stage 1, which is the planning phase. Because if we plan correctly, construction flows beautifully. So let's get into that. Phase 1, we kind of figure it works best if you view it as a puzzle. We broke it into 5 steps. You have budget, land, plan, spec, and job costing. Stage 1 of the budget. Right now, here's what I mean by budget. Are we realistic about cost to build? Is it realistic to achieve what you want to do? And on the other hand, equally important, do you have your financing in place? If you already have a lender and you're already set up, that is great. If you do not, trust me, we know the importance of this. We have some incredible national relationships and even better local relationships to help you with your construction loan and your mortgage. You're going to be amazed at how much more home you can build for the payment. By the nature of the savings, most of you are even going to be able to avoid PMI, which means you're not wasting money on garbage insurance. And for the exact same payment, you can buy that much more home. So we are happy to help here. Ask all the questions you have on budget and on financing. You're going to hear your consultant refer constantly to the triangle. There's a triangle to construction, and we live by this visual image. There are 3 things and only 3 things that impact your home. Everything is a subcategory of one of these 3. The very first is size. Size is relevant to this extent. 2 2x4s cost twice as much as 1. 2 feet of concrete costs twice as much as 1 foot of concrete. That is the relevance of size. Design is not relevant of size. Design is relevant to the next corner of the triangle, and that is features. Features is the largest, most complex part, because what all do you want to have in your home? Behind me is a list of, I believe, 8 different window options, and it's not even the windows, it's just the glass. There are 8 different options for just the glass that can go in the window frames of your home. What is good about one? What is bad about one? What is the relative cost? Does it have value to me? Does it help me achieve my goals? From a cost-benefit analysis and a quality analysis, how does that impact? Our job is going to be to guide you through all that, and we are excellent at it. The third is money. We call it budget. You can call it whatever you want. It is dollar amount. Now here is the truth. Cover any one corner of the triangle, and all you can manipulate is the remaining two. Cover any two, and you have dictated the third. You come to me and you say, here are my plans, I have the size. Here's my budget, here's the money. Give me a couple days, I'll tell you your features. Come to me and say, here's my features, here's my size. Give me a couple days, I'll tell you your budget. Conversely, going all the way around. Cover any corner is good news. It means we have knowledge, it means we have information. When you've covered all three, we have your home. Can you lift your hand off and start over? Absolutely. Everything is malleable. It's why we take so much time on the planning phase. Speaking of which, let's get back to that. Site review, land. You've got to have land. There's the old saying, I've got to have money, I've got to have land, I've got to have plans. Our job on the land is to walk it with you. Purely from a build site standpoint, look at it from a builder's perspective. We have a form to walk through, to guide and provide you a copy. There is nothing complicated, but it's incredibly important, it's incredibly fun, and it's great if we can get there even before we finalize the design stage. Speaking of which, stage 3 is plans. If you already have plans, fabulous. Bring them, let's look at them, love to help. If you don't, let us put you with one of our designers. You don't have to. Please go wherever you want. We have no skin in the game. This is a service we provide in an area we usually save you somewhere between $5,000 and $20,000. But as you will, our job is just to help you review the plans, and if you want to custom draw them, to set you up with a designer and to guide you and advise through the design process to help make sure that you get exactly what you want and you know the relative cost as you flow through. We want to help here. We'd love to help here. If you've already bought plans and it's like, oh, we need to make a minor change, we will gladly help you with redlining that minor change so that you can use the plans you already have. Ask your local consultant about any questions you have on plans or design. Next, and believe it or not, as important as all that was we went over, you really truly haven't put us to work until right here. The next stage is specifications. Spec meeting is going to be done in your office with the local construction consultant, and I'm going to tell you now, plan to take a day off work. This is going to take anywhere from 5 to 8 hours. It is a very fun meeting, but it is extremely detailed. What do we do at the spec meeting? Remember the corner of the triangle that was features? That's what this meeting is about. I promise you, you're going to leave this meeting with more knowledge about the options, quality, style, different ways to build a home from the ground up than most builders will ever know in their lifetime. We're going to look at every aspect and every option and every concept that we can come up with and explain them to you as a cost-benefit analysis. Because here's the truth. I'm going to go off track for just a moment, but I really want you to understand this. I tell people all the time, absolutely mean, you cannot build a higher quality home than with you build it. Absolute truth. Now, little side note, do we also save you an incredible amount of money? Yeah. Is that too good to be true? It's borderline. But here's the thing, ignore the savings for a moment and let me quantify why when I say you can't build a higher quality home, what I'm saying is absolute truth. What I view as the highest quality chocolate milkshake in town and what you view as the highest quality chocolate milkshake in town are not the same. Why? Because I have different values. I have different tastes. I have a different love of texture. I have a different nostalgia for a certain area. Now here's the question, which of us is right? Well, that's easy. The one drinking the milkshake. I'm right if it's me, but you're right if it's you. And it's great to give opinions, but this is your home. So let me ask you a question. What is right? What I think is the best feature for your home, or what you do? You know the only thing you don't have the knowledge I have. You don't have an understanding of all the different elements. You don't even know this was available. You didn't even know that option was there. You didn't know the relative cost of all these different options. You didn't know what was good and what was bad. Our job is to, without any prejudice, Present those to you. Then you, based on your values, your taste, your texture, can pick the one that fits your goals and what you want to achieve. Not me based on mine, you based on yours. If that is true, and it is true, then how could anybody build a higher quality home? Because only in this format can you build the right home for you. Any other traditional builder is putting what he thinks is the right decision in. Our job is to make sure you know what it is, let you make the right choice, and then help you get the highest quality, lowest price of that feature, that element, that labor that can be done. I love that about us, and that is what the spec page is for. When you're done with your spec meeting, your local consultant is going to put together a rough budget. Usually, because of the modern laws and how slow it takes to get a loan, you will go ahead and submit that budget at this stage to your lender just to get the ball rolling. Because you've got to put all that in their hands just to get them to be willing to start moving forward. It's going to take them 2 to 4 weeks just to start spluttering along. In the meantime, your local consultant is going to work to go to the next page, which is to finalize your job costing. He's going to get all of the estimates, all of the quotes, everything together, put together your true budget, sit down and review it with you, make sure it is correct. If it is, y'all are going to go ahead and sign off, and honestly, you're going to send it to the bank, go, oh, we made a minor tweak, and before it's ever been relevant or gone to committee, they'll take the estimated one out and they'll put this true one in, and you go forward, get your appraisal in, get to the committee, get approved, and close on the construction loan. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the planning phase. This is why I say the planning phase is so important. If this is done correctly, and it will be done correctly, we now have all the pieces put together. We know what's going in the home, who's doing the work, what it's going to cost, and most importantly, why you made the choices you did. From here, we will build your construction manual. Once you close on your loan, you're going to come in the office and we begin phase 2. And this is the flow of construction. Our construction manual will walk you through every step of the way and have all the guidance, and anywhere you have a gap, that's what your local consultant is for. We break construction into 3 stages. We have stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. 1 basically takes you from the very beginning, pulling the permit, to the slab. 2 takes you from frame to drywall. 3, drywall to completion. Every single stage is broken into basically a weekly format. When I say weekly, I mean a construction week. A construction week can be a human week. It can be longer, it can be shorter, but I think you know what I mean by the metaphor. Each one has a triplicate form checklist. This checklist is built on a national basis. It is 100% perfect for you? Of course not. It is probably about 90-95%, and your local office has blank spaces on each page to write in anything that is specific to you and your element. The purpose of this is, in addition to your construction flow chart that was built individually for you, is to give you something to help you track the day-to-day flow. What are the things I'm looking for in this week's work? And you go through and you do your checklist and you make notes and you make questions. If you're out there and you're like, I'm not sure about this, pick up the phone, call your consultant. They will gladly walk you through and explain it to you. If you need an emergency trip, they'll come out and take a look at it. At the end of the week, your local consultant is going to come by and y'all are going to walk the property together. And you're going to take that checklist and you're going to view everything that was done. And your local consultant is going to view it from the standpoint of a custom builder with a lot of experience and point out anything right, wrong, what needs to be done, and make the little notes as well, take photos and everything for the review. And at the end of it, y'all are going to, hopefully you'll have your manual with you, and you will take next week's checklist, and your consultant is going to walk you through a preview of the week to come. What is this? What does it mean? What are you going to be looking for? What's going to happen? Have we called the guys far enough in advance? Everything to make sure we are flowing at a nice, clean, steady clip with quality, properly done jobs. Any problems, they're there to help and answer and assist and guide you. At the very end, we will go back to the office and we will be taking our copy of your triplicate form, the management form that the consultant filled out, as well as the photos we've taken to the day. We will save them to your file and we will send a copy of that to you for your file, as well as a copy to your lender. One of the reasons lenders love us is we provide greater detail information than anyone else in the world. It saves them money. It makes them like you doing your jobs. It makes getting your draws easy. It is a wonderful thing that is done. So that is what everything your consultant helps with. Why use You Build It? I'll be perfectly honest at this stage. Explain that. I'm not sure what more to do. Why use You Build It? Higher quality home, incredibly less price. You are saving money on certain insurances. You're saving money on certain taxes. You're saving money on the price of the builder. You're also saving money, and my gosh, this is huge. People ask me, how do you save 20% on a custom home? I'll be honest with you. About half of it's me. About half of it's me. Just the different cost fees and everything else is about half. You want to know the crazy thing is? Because of the system, I'm able to set you free. The other half is my clients. The knowledge, the being walked through, the giving you the freedom to be able to shop, to find bargains, and to help you make sure that there are good choices. You make us look great. So higher quality home, freedom, control, 15-20% lower cost, which we're talking 40 to a couple $100,000 of savings. You Build It's far and away the best option. You Build It program benefits, the value, the quality, the control, the clout, the pricing control. We are talking a remodel, by the way, and I need to pause for a moment and review that. Everything works basically the same. The only thing that is really varied is in a remodel, we want to walk the property with you before you ever sign an agreement and begin, just to make sure there's not some screaming problem. And you'll never foresee everything in remodel, it's just the truth. But let an expert of construction take a look and make sure that everything does look realistic as to our goals. After that, the spec tends to be a little bit quicker and a little bit cleaner because there's fewer options to adapt and match into. Everything tends to flow a little faster through the planning phase. The construction phase, it has to be a little bit more custom built to fit you. We have a unique manual exclusively for big remodels and small remodels for that reason. But the savings tends to be even larger, the quality even better. So program benefits, exactly the same. New or remodel, hopefully it is kind of obvious. Satisfied clients, if you would like to speak to any, we try to keep some videos. If you really want to talk to somebody, ask your local consultant. Hopefully they can give you some names and some numbers. We don't give them out as readily as we used to because of the hundreds of requests we get. We don't like overly wearing our clients out, but many of them, and hopefully in the future, you have blessed us with being able to do some video interviews to help people see. I'm very proud of the number of jobs we've had and the number of happy clients we have had and the amount we've been able to save and the homes they've been able to build. The smart equity, how does that work? Simply put, you build a home for this price and it's worth this, the savings are real, the money's real. The equity from your savings is yours. It is yours to use as you will, save, take advantage, however you place. It's one of the great values of using You Build It. We have a PRUSM system, you build with equity. We have our national vendors, you have your local vendors, all of which we do not take rebates on. We do not have markups. We go so far as to even disclose to people we do co-op advertising with, or that come and sit in a home show booth with us to help us out. Everything is above board. You buy from who you want, but we are very excited. We have some phenomenal relationships that get you the highest quality product at a lower price than almost any other builder can do. Your next step, probably talk to your local consultant and have them explain. My advice is if you don't have your financing locked down yet, talk to the local lender or talk to our national lender. Make sure that you are comfortable and that there's not any quirks or something you need to know about qualifying for the loan. Let them explain from a lending standpoint how the construction loan works and what's going to be involved for you to make it fit for your family. If you not have plans, get a rough idea on plans. But honestly, talk to your consultant and let him know when you're ready to begin. I thank you so much for your time. I hope this was helpful. And once again, thank you so much for coming by You Build It and giving us a chance to answer questions for you about the building or remodeling of your custom home.